stuff because we.
Okay, just a minute. Let me take the printed version so I can explain it better.
Okay.
Mhm. All right. So this is how my 8 steps I try to let me see. Yes. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So I structure the 8 steps to reflect the branding that which we looked at last week. So the first stage is the financial self-discovery, which is self-evident. We have to, we have to sit down with the customer and look into whatever assets they have, so that from there we can now establish the second step, which is a necessity evaluation, which means that we have to look into the needs, what the person has or what the company has, what they intend to do in the future, and then we can do a needs evaluation. Does that make sense?
It does. So like Doug said, the A part is they're doing, and they come back to you doing B, right? And then they go back doing the holistic design and they come to you for creative.
Exactly. It's actually alternates in that fashion. So first I will sit with the customer to see the financial landscape that person has. And then I will go back and based on that financial landscape and what the objectives are, I can now sit down and then we do a necessity evaluation. It's what we call a needs analysis. You understand?
Yes.
So I call that the necessity evaluation. From the necessity evaluation, then we have a full picture of what to put in a software to design. And that's where the holistic design comes into place. So we're going to do a holistic design, taking into consideration, for instance, we're not just trying to offer you a life policy. We have to look into your 401k, look into your IRA, look into whatever form of money you have, and also based on what you want to have in the future. What are you trying to look for? And then we'll put that design together, okay? And then from there, we get to the creative potential. The creative potential is what we're going to say, okay, this is what you have. These are the possibilities that you can do. Okay. And if you accept and you feel that, okay, I did not know I could do this. I did not know I could do this. But now, based on all these scenarios, we can now go into solution customization, which again is part of our branding because we talked about customized solutions. So we are going now to customize the solutions for that particular entity, for that particular individual. And then from there, we are going to provide a financial roadmap. Okay. And this is how, now that we've customized it, this is the way. Is it a fully funded IUL? What is it? Is it a fixed index annuity? This is the funding procedure, and we'll provide that roadmap. Okay. And then from there, we have the epic rollout, which is, when does the funding start? Where are you going to send the money, or what do we have to do in order to meet the potential? And then the final is the customer fulfillment, which means reviews, and depending on how the market performs, we can now tweak things here and there yearly or quarterly, or depending on what sort of strategy that we adopt. So that is the 8 steps I thought about.
I love it.
But what did you say?
I love it, and especially the way that you explain it. Yeah. But what did he say about having action words or verbs? Isn't that in this part?
Yeah, well, you had a choice of using action words or not using them. When I thought about the action words, I just felt that, we can translate this into action words, okay?
I like it. I love it. The only one that's a little bit that stands out to me, I like the financial roadmap. Epic rollout.
You think it's a little bit hard?
Okay, I think that it's not easy for the brain to figure out what's happening, because what's happening in that step? What is an epic rollout?
I mean, it
That's
is
my rollout.
actually, yeah, the rollout is when have you already positioned the money? For example, it may require you to take money out of your 401k into to put it into this new financial vehicle. That is what I mean. So after everything has been determined and you agree and we've done your solution customization, that money has to come from somewhere. Is it in your 401k? Is it in your 403b? Is it
Okay.
where is it? And
So it's
that's
like,
what I mean by rollout.
wait.
So
So you mean like roll over? So take the money at your 401k and put it somewhere else.
well, I call it rollout because it may not just be a 401k. It may be any source.
Right. Uh-huh.
It may be any source. It may be in your account, in your
Right.
in your bank. So that's what I mean by the
But that's what I'm
rollout.
saying. That's what I say about but roll out though. What
But
what other words could we use to explain what that process is? Because I get what
oh,
you're
I thought
saying.
the rollout was a very good thing to talk because we talk about a rollout of the project. Okay. Uh,
Roll out.
oh, funding. Uh, okay. I will start thinking about this. I'll look for substitutes to see which one. If you think okay, I'll look into this. Okay.
Well, just because the language means something else, it could mean something
Ah, okay.
we don't want our brains to, because it made my brain stop and say, what's that?
Oh, I
A
got you.
couple of
Thank you.
times. So,
Yeah,
but let's think about it because that's the only thing that, and then customer fulfillment, right?
yeah.
So
Customer fulfillment. Does that make sense?
it does, but it's already fulfilled. Essentially, that's your maintenance, right? Isn't it customer fulfillment like the reviews, the maintenance?
Yes, I was looking for the word that captures that.
Okay.
Do you have a better word you want to share? Is customer, I mean, he talked about if I have one of his sheets here, because I think I have followed the same thought process that Doug used.
What's his eighth step?
Is the customer fulfillment.
His is
Uh,
customer fulfillment.
yeah, for you mean for Doug?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know
Oh,
who I
okay.
kept. Just give me a few minutes. I tried to put things in order on my desk and I took out things. Oh, there we go. I have it here. So he said the accountability factor.
That's his last one.
Yeah. And the last before one, which is equivalent to my rollout, he talked about the implementation experience. So that's what I meant. I'm talking about implementation.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
call it a rollout, or maybe it's not right, which
Yeah,
is a better word.
rollout means something else.
Okay. Um,
You got the financial roadmap, and then you have maybe it's funding implementation.
oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Funding.
What about funding implementation,
Yeah.
right?
Funding implementation. Yeah.
Mhm. And then as far as fulfillment, what do you want to say? How would you say this is where we triage everything once a year? Like what would be the language around customer,
Oh,
right? That should be something.
well, it looks like review or what is a stronger word?
I want to use something softer because what you bring, the language that you bring to the table is care, right? You really have a understanding and a care about how people understand taxes,
Mm.
how they understand how to make sure they're protecting their families. So what's going to be that language? How would you say, I am going to take care of you?
Oh, for now, I don't know. Any suggestions?
But it really should be because I use for my company, I use that language. I use I have a culture of care, but that's the language that I use.
Oh,
The
okay.
culture of my company. It's
Mm.
so how would you say that you literally care about these people, you're going to take care of them, you're thinking about their families? Like what's going to be that? It has to be your language.
I
Um,
think, yeah, I got it. I think I have to think about it now that we've discussed it. But at least the last but one step is funding implementation.
yeah, I like that.
Okay.
And
because
it makes
even
sense.
yeah, my wife also suggested that. So
Oh, is she
this
there?
oh yeah, she came back. It's just she's
Oh,
back
okay.
to work. She is so busy.
Okay.
She's so
So
busy.
so our
Mhm.
first step is tell me, read me Doug's. Read me his 8 steps.
Pardon?
Read me Doug's 8 steps. What's his first through 8?
Oh, for dogs, 8 step. Okay, the first one is the enlightenment experience, and that's why I call it financial self-discovery.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, right?
Yep.
Okay, the second one is the truth wealth discovery. And then I said that is the necessity evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The third one is the strategic design. I said mine is holistic design.
I like it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The fourth is his is the success formula. I call mine the creative potential.
I love it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And then the next is the refinement process. I said solution customization.
Okay. All right. So we good. Everything else
Yeah.
makes sense. We need that last one that
Yes.
essentially is going to be the icing on the cake that lets them know they're in the right hands. Like
Yes.
what's that? What would so you know what I'm saying? Like it needs to be because again, like I said, I'm gonna bring you into my fold. You're coming into a
Mm-hmm.
culture of care. Like customer
Yes.
fulfillment sounds very medicinal. It sounds
Yes. Yes.
very
Yes.
tactical versus it doesn't feel warm and fuzzy, and we want them to
Mm,
reach the
mm,
pinnacle and be warm and fuzzy.
right. Oh Lord. Yeah. I think I captured it. I just have to look for the right word that encapsulates all that. So
I don't
that
think
when
too
people
hard.
read it, um,
Well, like, how do you tell people you care about them? Like, what are some of the like if you were talking to a client? Yeah, talk to a client. What would you say, Mister Pfizer, and you know,
ah, I give me time. Let me think a little bit about it.
okay,
I believe I'll come out with something that is gonna make sense. And remember, I only did this based on the branding that we talked about because I
and
really
it's
want.
it's perfect. It's
Oh,
perfect. I really like it. I totally do. So, did you and your wife talk about the T, taxes, equity, and assets?
okay. Taxes. Let me see. Mm,
So let me tell you about this particular document, right? So I know that you watched the video. Oh, did I
yes,
have
I
two
did
videos on
watch.
here?
Huh?
Oh, oh, that was for your GoDaddy. Um,
Yeah, I couldn't access any of the website. I don't know. I didn't know what to do to access it. I think I forgot the password. Did we put in any password?
oh, I did that for you. So
Yeah.
did they email you?
No, okay. When no, at the end of this, you give me all that information. I think let's use available time to be creative, right?
So remember, so this particular document, remember I was telling you how I don't use Word. We're going to use this document. You can type on like you're here. So your email is in here. So you have the ability to type on this document. So if you wanted to come
Yeah.
in here, write any notes, if you wanted to type here,
Mm,
can, right?
okay.
Let me give you this link. And I want you to pull it up on your computer.
Okay.
Let me see. Where's the chat? Here's the chat. There's the chat. So if you pull it up on your computer, then you'll see what I mean. This particular document
Mm.
is has the ability for us to work collaboratively. So just like you open your Word document and I can't see it, you have to email it to me. This is a document to where if you type anything on here, I can see it. You'll be able to
So I
see
just have to click on the link you sent me. Is that what you're
click on the
saying?
link. And what happens when you click on the link?
Oh, I see website prep doc.
Okay, perfect. So scroll down and you should see all the type.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Okay.
let me see. Type where come to brand, come to the T part. Scroll down till you see brand message, and then where you
Mm-hmm.
see the T.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, what do I do to press double click? And well, it's just changing the configuration. I cannot, let me see, can I write here? No,
You can't write?
no, I can't write.
All right, you share your screen. Let me see. It should be able to, you should be able to do it.
Uh, um,
Here we go.
okay, let me
Oh,
see.
you got to sign in. Okay, so do you have a Dropbox account? Because you do
Do I
have to
have a Dropbox?
do you have a Dropbox?
No, I don't. Do you have to create it separately? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you have to sign up. Most people
Oh,
have Dropbox, but it's free. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to pay for nothing. Sign up with your
okay.
Gmail. It's
So,
completely free.
okay, can we do it now, or is something that
Yeah,
has
you
to
can do
be?
it now. Sign up. Sign up.
Okay, so let
You
me,
see
I
it?
have
No,
to
no,
get
no,
out
no,
of,
no, 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 no. See the button up there where it says don't just see the button up there at the top. Top right, sign up, sign in. Click on sign up.
oh, sign up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You can continue with Google. You just
yeah.
your
Which account were we using? Was it this
just
one?
yeah, we're using that one.
Okay. Confirm. Uh, and agree and sign up, right?
Yeah, it's free. You don't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to pay for it. So if they send you any emails, so now you can close this and then go back to the other one. Go back to the other paper document.
Close here, right? Shut it here.
Close it.
Okay. And then,
And then where was the other one? Where was the paper document we was on?
oh, oh,
Did we close them both? Or
I
is there
don't
somewhere
know.
else?
I don't know what I did.
Oh, Lord. Well, go back to the chat and click the link again.
The chat, let me see.
The chat on Zoom.
Uh, how did I go? Okay. Go back to Zoom.
Yeah, our chat. You know, how do you get to know how to get to our chat on here? Let's stop sharing and then you can see the chat. Can you see the chat now?
This is it here on the side.
Okay, so click that link again and now share your screen once you pull it open.
It said get started. Should I close it?
Once they get started.
I'm saying make things happen with Dropbox paper. Just a minute.
Okay, share your screen.
What I don't know. No, my screen is.
There we go.
Okay. Just a second, please. Just a second.
Okay.
All right.
You're good.
Getting
So
it.
now you close that make things happen down. Just hit the X on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now you're
Okay,
in.
now I can type.
Now you can
Yes.
type. So
Okay.
scroll down to where it says brand. Keep scrolling. Right there. So you see where I have taxes, equity, assets.
Yes.
Those are my words.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put the right words because I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Like I said, grow your financial fortune through the living trust, family bank. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. You can delete that. So if you
Okay.
see my cursor's there.
Okay, I will work on that. I will work on
Okay.
that
And
today.
so keep
Yeah.
scrolling down.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's the homework you were talking about, right?
And keep scrolling down.
Oh, I
So
didn't
see
get it.
how
So
I added that and keep
yeah,
scrolling.
the living trust, yes, right?
And
So
then
one thing I wanted to use the T as the triangle.
yeah, we're gonna do that. But you gotta do the real words because that's fake.
Yes, okay, okay, good. Just for us to be honest, because that's how I'm going to provide the same thing that Doc provided. You see the true wealth transformer. I think yes, I want to use that the symbol. See, this is the symbol he has here, the triangle he has here, and I
So
have
we
my
can
words. You see, at the back of it, I also have to explain every step. I mean, the steps are the same, but I just have to use my own words, I
just have
guess.
to use your own words. And so
Yes.
this is the beauty of this particular document. Like if you scroll up,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see all the notes that I took from the clients that you worked on, remember? And so
Yes.
remember that picture right there? I was like, family equity should have a deeper meaning for you. So I want to use a picture like this, but it's not going to be, this is a picture explaining equality for social justice. But I think that for what you're trying to provide for your clientele is family equity. And so
Correct.
it is, you're working so hard, but it leaves more for your children. If you, once you do this, you know what I'm saying? So I want to use like an example like this in your branding that then talks about family equity. So I want you to, like, what would that mean? What is family, when I say family equity, what would that mean to you? What would that, how would you convey the message of what we're really trying to exemplify? Remember how you were talking about the horror stories and probate court? That's what got me, what brought me to this. Like the simple definition of equity there. Like they said, equity is about fairness and justice. And we talked about how there's a game being played here that we don't know the rules of. So it's not fair and just, but we're bringing family equity into the play so that we can now level the playing field for our family.
Exactly.
Right?
Some
So
sort of enlightenment, right? So
exactly. So we all know what equality, equity meant in the social sphere, but from a financial standpoint, there's such a thing that we want to make sure that we have a hold of, and which is that our family equity, which is leveling the playing field so that our children don't have to, you know, the work that we put in place, our children can grab the fruit a lot easier, and it's more protected because we understand family equity.
absolutely.
Does that
Absolutely.
make sense? So
It
if you
does make sense. So
scroll,
I'm going to build that. Yes.
yeah, so scroll up on this. I want you to, no, scroll down. I mean, scroll down. You see how I put I put family equity on here somewhere. Let me see. Oh, it's above that picture. So I'm gonna pull that out, right? Do you see me typing?
Yes, I see you pushing the picture down. Yes. Oh, okay.
So I want you to literally expound on what we just talked about.
Yes.
And really talking and thinking about this particular image and how what you're doing for your clientele makes the work of the family actually more, is easily accessible. Like really expound on the deeper meaning of what family equity as it relates to this imagery.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So now we built out an entire scope of your brand. So think about it from the energy of what I'm saying. We're talking about our brand message is essentially unlocking potential. And that has two meanings, because remember, you're also helping people to unlock their own inner potential and to build their business if they wanted to do this as a business. Yes?
Yes, yes.
So that's twofold, unlocking the potential of the financials that they already have access to, and unlocking the inner potential because they might want to do this as a business once they understand what's happening.
Right.
And then the second tier is preserving wealth. You're already working. Keep more of the money that you're already making and make it do more to preserve wealth for generations.
You have to select the right vehicles. That is very important.
Exactly. And then how do we do that? We talk about the T, our three-pronged approach to making sure that you can unlock potential and preserve your wealth is we focus on the T, taxes, equity, and assets.
Yeah.
So that's going to be our three-pronged approach. And then how we bring it all together is, and why our mission, vision, purpose, all the things, is because we really want people to understand the power of the living trust and how the living trust provides family equity.
So that is the final where everything is put together. So it becomes one solid entity.
Yep, one solid message. It's the whole holistic approach from how we start, from getting it started into your career or your financial prowess, moving all the way to leaving something behind for your family.
Wow, that's already a book to me, the way it sounds.
Well, it's a whole cycle of life. And so now when he talks about going into,
oh, you just said something, Financial life cycle.
I like it. Financial life
Ouch.
cycle, but um how will we convey, let's see, how will we convey the financial life cycle? But what is
Now,
the what would the financial life cycle be?
that's what I'm still thinking, because now it incorporates everything from the beginning all the way to the end and the transfer to
In the
next.
transfers.
Yes.
What's
It's good I've taken note of the word. I will see where it fits in and not immediately.
let's see
Uh,
what does triangle mean?
oh, the
Triangle.
meaning of a triangle?
Mm-hmm.
I can, as an engineer, I can tell you
Oh,
without even
tell
looking.
me,
Oh,
tell me.
okay. Let me just tell you the fundamental triangle means stability. Because when you build things,
Mm-hmm.
if the fundamental element is a triangle, you cannot change the shape without changing the length of any of them. However, if you have a rectangle four-sided, you can warp it so it is inherently unstable.
Unstable.
Any unit that has to be stable must have three sides because you cannot change that shape no
Oh my
matter what
God.
you do.
That's
That's
the
why a
key.
triangle is the symbol of stability in engineering.
Ooh, do you see how
That's
we
where
just
it comes
connected
from.
those dots? Did you see? Do you see what we just did?
I thought that for me was obvious.
Oh my,
But no, but for many people, yeah, it has to be a triangle.
it has to be a triangle. That's why I was,
Yeah.
oh, do you see what we're doing? This is why I wanted to talk to you today. I'm so excited about your stuff.
That's the basis of teaching stability to engineers. If you're designing anything, if you just make sure that every fundamental element is a triangle, it will never fail. But if it's a rectangle, you warp, you can change it without necessarily changing the sides.
Lord have mercy. All right. So now you got some more work to put in. So you see what I
Okay.
put on the sheet. So scroll down
Where
and
are you? Where are we here?
I
Okay.
am down here, right there, financial triangle. Now you're going to have to expound on that because our T is our financial triangle. And
This
you're
is
going to
the
give me the
basis
tenant.
of the
The
stability of our family. And these are the three-legged stool we're talking about. I will expand on it. Don't worry about it. Just make the necessary notes.
yeah.
Just put it there. So
And you're gonna pull up. So now we're pulling
yes,
all of it together.
yeah. Because this is the overriding message that will come. That's where the transformational message comes in.
Comes in.
And that's why we're having uh, 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 Fortune 3 Financial. So that 3 there too is a sign of stability.
It's a sign of stability. Mhm.
Yes. And the
Yeah.
financial triangle.
And the financial triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So remember how I told you I always believe in a three-pronged approach, right?
Yeah.
And it just unfolded, and I couldn't understand. I was like, Lord, why are you telling me this? I don't know what this means. But you just pulled it all together, and it completely, you just knew. I was like, how we use the triangle, because we were talking about life cycle. Now we don't need
Yeah.
a life cycle. We have our own, a financial
Yeah.
triangle.
Exactly. The
There we
financial
go.
triangle. And we have to explain how one moves to the next and makes the circle or the three legs
Yes,
complete.
yes. And
Okay.
how it literally just builds upon each other, and it provides
Yes.
stability for the entire family.
Exactly. And you can map it out into the future. Every triangle will extend from generations to generation. From the
Yes,
first generation to the nth generation, all of them having this triangle. And it
exactly.
will always be stable. And that's how you can ensure intergenerational wealth transfer of this triangle. Because
Okay,
one, you cannot move with three triangles from the first generation and then only go with two legs. It will not work.
work.
You have to carry that message across
Right.
everything, and we can duplicate that. And when you do that duplication, if you do it right, then you can be sure of that intergenerational wealth.
Definitely. Ooh, so okay, we have our foundation.
Yes.
And just in this conversation, that really should give you that last step. You know what I'm saying? Now, think about all of that in the consideration of, it's not so much customer fulfillment as much as it is financial culmination or financial like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I'm still thinking, yeah, I know what you're
right
talking
there.
about.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah.
there on the cusp. We're right, we're
Yes.
so close to what that language is. But I think that I know that as you parse this out, as you continue to tell me about how the financial provides the stability, as you finish up the T, because again, I don't know this stuff. I just wrote I know that I wanted to use taxes, equity, and assets because we're going to use the same language. Equity is all the things, equity management.
Yes.
Right. But like I told you, I'm all about specific definitions and I know what equity means traditionally, but I really wanted to use it here.
Yes, equity here, because when you are talking to your customers, there are two ways you can take a policy. You can either, if you have equity, which means that you already have money that is there, that is yours, that's equity. What is
Okay.
401k, whether it's Roth, whether just money in the bank, that's equity, that's yours.
Okay. All
The
right. So
way you are going to manage that is different, or the recommendations that I'm going to give to you is different from if you're just earning a salary, which is different. You have to pay from your salary. So I will treat that differently. So I know, what equity is. It's already something that you've already accomplished. There's no question about it, but it may be placed in different buckets. So we just have to trigger the mechanism, pull them out, and they put them in the right vehicle. Right. Because if I'm assessing after we've gone through the journey of self-discovery, and I discovered that 90% of your wealth is actually in a 401k, and but you are still working. I know what I can do. What can I do with that? I'm going to see what is the minimum way, the best way to take out this money and paying the least taxes, and then putting it maybe in a fully funded IUL. That's the best case for you. Okay? I wouldn't expect you to take money from your salary to fund it. It doesn't make sense. That is not you are not optimizing the process. So that's what I'm talking about. So specific people, depending on the ratio, whatever money they have in whatever bucket, we're going to establish that. And then the more equity you have, the better it is for you. Because people don't know that technically the death benefit for everybody with the same risk is the same and the same age. For example, if you're a smoker and you're 60 years old, and you're a male, you all have the same death benefit because based on the morbidity information, they can project when you're probably going to pass away and how much money you need from the age 60 to when you pass away.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter who you are, so long as you have those characteristics. If you're a woman, it's different. Right. If you're 30-year-old, it's different. So the younger you are, you need more money. The older you are, you need less money. People don't understand that. And so when we establish equity for a much older person, we'll want to fund it quickly so that he can take, he may start enjoying the benefits of an IUL, as opposed to somebody who's 30 years old, which that person may want to put some money onto when he's 60 to see whether at the same time he can pay for education for his kids. Is he going to take a separate policy for the kids, or he can just pay more? So by then he would have had enough cash value that he can use to pay the tuition.
Gotcha.
You see, you understand the thought process.
I understand. So now you got to put your words there to what we're going to use in that triangle.
Yes.
Yeah. But and then explain the financial triangle. And so once you do that, I'll create us a PowerPoint, not a PowerPoint, but a presentation model that then walks us through each step of your entire process program. And then I'm going to build out on this paper document. How many rows are in here? I'm gonna build out this 8-step and 1, 2, 3. So we can type it all in here, and then we can see it together, and I can add some stuff in there when I have it inside this document. Just makes it so that we are able to collaboratively work together better, and I can help you a lot easier if I have access to it in here. So I'll go ahead and do that.
I felt that developing those 8 steps was critical for us to discuss today, because it shows that I have absorbed the knowledge that we all agreed upon on the branding, and then transferred it to make it a unique, sort of unique to me. And that's why I totally got rid of whatever we did before. and I try to align myself with what we just discussed. And I think I'm happy that it came out
Oh yeah,
good
it
enough.
makes it makes so much sense, and I know
Yeah.
that we're gonna get this last episode. So continue to fill that out because I think, like I
Yes.
said, I really feel like we're on a fast path. I feel like we're really rocket science because your stuff comes to me on your stuff. I was like, I have to talk to him Monday so we can flesh this out, and then we can use the rest of the week because I'll be on the call tomorrow, and you'll have a lot to present.
Yeah. Yes, you'll be on the call tomorrow. That's good. So even I will try to show, obviously, for me to know what is being discussed. So when we talk later, I will equally be passionate to to see what we do.
And so I'm gonna I'm gonna have a presentation for you. So at least, because at the end of the day, if you just had to teach one thing of all the things that we're talking about today, you could do a presentation specifically on why unlocking potential and preserving wealth is important.
Yes.
Do a presentation on your three-pronged approach called the T, taxes, equity, and assets. You can completely do a presentation on the culmination of it, the financial triangle. That could be a presentation. The living trust could be a presentation, and family equity could be a whole presentation. So you see how you're a whole full house. Nobody needs to go anywhere else. All of their questions can be answered inside the house.
So when somebody, from what I understand now, when we create these videos or these presentations, we are going to inject them in various, markets or various funnels.
Yeah.
So if somebody listens to it and it sort of addresses his or her concern, he may now click in to talk to me and I can develop it in more detail. Is that the way we're looking at it?
For sure, but you gotta we have we have a start of what the problems are. That's why I asked you about what did Mr. Go scroll up to Mr. Pfizer. Scroll up the page.
Oh,
right. So if we were running a we were talking to Mr. Pfizer. What is his concern? His concern
was the cost.
The cost
of policy, especially when you're going for a 7-pay. He kept on asking about expense. How will it cost me in the beginning and towards, at midlife? Is it really worth it? How can you prove to me that putting this money, a 7-pay, is the best way for me to go?
Right.
Because I don't want to pay so much expense. And this one actually falls in the whole strategy of a fully funded IUL. That's the closest you can get because
hold on. But we're not mentioning. I don't want you to mention IUL. I want you to mention your language, right?
Okay.
So what part of because we got to separate you from everybody else talking about IULs.
Right.
That's why we're not using create a family bank. We're not using that language as the top when they come into the house. Yeah.
Okay.
But what's our top lick? Where does his concern about how much this is costing him and his concern about taxes and risk?
Taxes, exactly. And the growth, how is it going to grow?
Right. So
there are 3 concerns.
So essentially his solution to his problem was building him up the financial triangle, having him understand the financial triangle. He was worried about the first tier of financial triangle, which is taxes.
Exactly.
I'm framing that, but I'm using your language.
Okay. And also equity, because now he had money in the wrong bucket. How can he save taxes by pulling that equity and putting it in a different bucket?
There we go.
That will work for him.
For him, specifically.
Oh, that is right.
Right. So that's the answer. That's it. But it's your language. We haven't mentioned IUL.
No. Okay.
Right. So let's look at Dr. Bright. Scroll down a little bit. Now, I thought that what was key for her was that she loves to grow. She was looking for new ways to generate cash, maintain her life. Correct. She wanted financial freedom. So where does that fall into your brand?
So in this second case, Mr. or Dr. Bright, again, it was about growth. And her concern was passive income, something that can grow and also grow in an environment where there are less taxes. But I think the key thing to it was passive income. And that was what was really attractive to Dr. Bright.
Okay. So what's her prescription?
Oh, of course, her prescription for this was to again build a vehicle whereby she can or he can use it to fund her businesses in the future without going through the harrowing experience that she's had with banks. You understand what I'm saying? And also to get to a point where that system can be self-sustaining, means that she'll be able to get money out of it, and not only get money out of that financial vehicle, but also do it in such a way that the principal doesn't diminish. Essentially, in the language, we call that alternate loans. I don't know if you know what alternate loans are.
I do, because I've taken advantage of that. However, you're getting very technical. Think about the words that I have highlighted there, and think about why was she so happy that she met you?
Oh, of course, I mean, the fact that she now found out a way to be able to secure the money or the gains that she's made out of this previous business, and to be able to transfer it to a new vehicle where, taxes will not be applied.
She was a nurse. She wasn't a nurse.
No, a medical doctor, researcher, not a nurse.
Not a nurse. Okay, so she's in the medical field.
Yes.
And she wanted to leave her medical field and start something new that was fun and had freedom, and she made
because
friends.
her time, she was spending so much of her time
right
doing this mundane 9 to 5. And if she can generate enough income from her business and also be able to take that money and invest in this new vehicle, and will liberate her from this 9 to 5 job.
So remember, your first part of your brand was unlock potential.
Okay.
That's her, right?
Yeah, you didn't show that, you didn't write it here. I didn't see.
Well, no, this was just our notes. So
okay.
I'm trying to get you to this was our notes before we came up to the brand. But I want you to think about it in this the constraints of how does what I did here fit in the brand? You unlocked her potential, right? She met new friends, she started a new business, she created a whole secondary income stream where she can grow from the money that she worked hard for. She can grow that, and she can grow her income passively and have more time freedom, because we were able to unlock the potential of her earnings as well as unlock the potential inside herself.
Right. And she can eventually resign from her current 9 to 5, because she wants to do that in a year if things work well for her.
She's on her, she's got the path plan to now be able to create her own financial triangle that then removes her from that 9 to 5.
This is how the way I look at it. So we are going to actually write out these stories for people to read and see whether they align themselves. Does that?
So they can say, "Oh my God, that's me, that's me." But we got to align it. You can't get I don't want you to get very technical, because we're trying to separate you. We got to get you to this is what I do from I hear what you're saying.
So I have to write these stories now, summarizing based on this, so that we'll look at it. Right.
These are going to be your videos. Remember how we got to do video marketing? Right. These are your videos. But what the practice is getting you to understand how when people come to you, how you put them inside your process. How you don't talk, you can't talk like everybody else. You can't say, "Oh, I gave them an IUL." I brought them into their own I built them a financial, triangle based on their need. She was concerned about the second tier of our financial triangle, which is equity. right? Dr. Mr. Pfizer, he really presented with the first and second tier. He was concerned with taxes and equity of our financial triangle, right? Mr. Side Job here.
And it will be very simple language. You don't even have to go to any technical detail.
You
Oh,
don't.
I got you. Yeah.
You got
Just
me
in
to say that.
layman's terms. Yeah.
Yeah, the details confuse the people because remember, there is a language of wealth. There's a financial language. And if you're not familiar with all of the language, you just want to bring them in, get them to raise their hand and say, oh, he know what he's talking about. I can identify with that. Even if it's not me, that's my friend Melissa. Melissa got that same problem. Oh, that's my buddy Joe over there. Joe had a side job too. He got the same problem. And they need to reach out to Team Fortune. You see what I'm saying? You have to get people to identify with the solutions that you provide.
See, is this synonymous with the left and right side of the brain that Doug was talking about?
Yeah. You have to, that's why I was when my head turned sideways when I saw epic rollout. It's like because my brain is trying to quickly process what I think it means. And then I'm listening to you telling me something different than what I've already decided what it means.
Okay.
But once we make our brain work a little bit harder, now we're not listening as easily.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, got you.
So this whole process makes doing everything that Doug has for you easy because now you're going to listen to it with different ears because you're going to hear what he's saying and plug it into your system.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Yeah.
Okay. Not hard. We got it. we got our assets. We have our foundational premises, and now we can build everything with this in mind.
Yeah.
And all I really, you have tons of stories. All I really want your marketing to do is to be creating more Dr. Brights, Mr. Side Jobs. And remember how we had all those horror stories? We only typed up one. We're going to do more. We have the horror stories. And that's what's going to be the prescription. We find the problem, and then we're providing a solution to said problem. More problems we solve, the more sane solutions we have, you have the answer to everything inside your house.
Oh, I got you.
You got me? So that's why we can't get into the smaller details. We want to keep.
So we're all pulling from our own experience so that it's not like you are looking at a hypothetical situation.
Exactly.
Right. We have to pull. So the more stories we get over time, the more we can beef up this knowledge base and we'll create more opportunities for us.
Exactly. And it all comes into the same prescription. You have multiple prescriptions, but they're all going to address a different need. All of these clients that you gave me as examples have completely different problems.
Yes.
The solution might be similar, but the language has to be your language and not IUL this, family bank that. You know what I'm saying? It has to be different. You can use 3 buckets, but your buckets, I like the language that you use. Hey, we got to put your money in a different bucket. We don't have to do, everybody's doing the same presentation, the 3 buckets. We can change the language so that it's your language.
Right. So I still may have to put together another story, which is for just the ordinary person who probably doesn't have much, but would like to have something minimum to.
No, you said that last time. You said that last time.
I did?
Yep. I said, nope. Listen, we can do that when you have a full book of business.
Yeah.
You can go after the people who don't have much.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Remember us talking about this last time?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Now it just struck me. Yes.
I get it.
Too much philanthropy is not good.
Well, I think that you're new and we're on fire right now. I think if we can build a book of business, you'll have enough time to be like, okay, I got 25 clients that are appointments heavy. Now I can make some different kind of content because now by the time we got that going, we got ads running. Now you got choices. Now we can come back and say, okay, now let's talk to the general population.
Right.
But I want to get you to the point where I think that you're fast track on making some money first.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Absolutely. Gotcha.
I'm with you on the give back, but let's work this for about
Yeah.
6 months. And then we should have enough traction coming in because we got to bring wifey home. Got enough traction coming in, that we can then do some other stuff. Because if
Yeah.
we have your machine running and you're getting appointments,
Mhm.
then she can handle the appointments as you create more content that can bring in more kinds of people.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think I got you.
All right. Good
Wow.
job. So that's all I
We're
want.
really,
I'm excited to get going.
we're really on the fast track. Let me put together these stories now and also look for the right wording for the last step. I'm
So
still thinking about something.
all I want you to do, scroll down. I don't want you to put together any more stories. The only reason I did that exercise with you was because I
Yeah.
wanted you to see how what you told me created our brand
Yeah.
and how it all fits together. So I don't need any more stories right now. We have enough. We
Yeah.
got
No more stories. Gotcha. Yeah.
right. When it's
I think
time,
we've got the key, the heart that also attracts that uh and that niche group of people we want to invest in. I think
definitely. And you can also talk about these 4 stories when you do the presentation up in Pennsylvania.
okay.
You have your example. You have your example and you practice how to put it inside your brand story.
All right. That
You
can be
have
an opening message. You tell the stories
to
and people
completely
understand.
be open. Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the horror story should always be your ending story.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna leave you with one more thing. Let me tell you about this lady that I met in Oregon. Lead
Okay.
with that. Get them to thinking like, dang, you want to end on that heart-wrenching note to get people like, dang,
Oh,
I don't have time to waste on this. Right. So your assignment now is to really flush out the deeper meaning of family equity.
yes.
Keep scrolling down. Then you're going to also expound on the financial triangle.
Yes.
And you're going to replace my words under the T with sentences that match um, tax assessment. And it's on down. What is it? Tax assessment, equity, tax efficient strategies, equity management, and asset optimization. Those 3 kind of needs to be your words and not mine. And that's all I need from you. So
Okay.
you're going to expound on, you're going to tell me about that engineering and the financial triangle and the stability of everything. And then you're going to also expound on family equity and what the deeper meaning of that.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Okay. Thank you. And well, I think thank God this one has been a major accomplishment for us. So
Major.
because this only came as a result of the branding that we agreed on.
Amen. But
And
branding
I
makes
also try to expand across, but that may be secondary. But I will eventually fill out all the boxes to make sure that.
you just need to reword what Doug has on there. I mean, the
Pardon?
biggest part, you just reword what Doug has. The biggest
Yes.
part is the name of the stage and make it your
Yes.
own.
That is true.
Just reword what he has, it'll be fine. I'm gonna turn this into a document that you can type in, and I'll just go ahead and type these out, and then you can go ahead and we can type it on this document so we can have it as a living document and make
Yes.
edits and changes.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Okay. Right.
We
Thank
did the
you.
work today.
You've given me enough homework, and oh my God, I hope when next are we meeting?
Yeah, we gotta
Next,
come up. Let's come up with our standing appointment because this was a
yeah. But it's
excitement.
good I came on today because now I know I have, the whole of this week and next week before we meet. So hopefully I'm
Think
going.
this through. And if you need me to, do you want me to? Well, I'll send you this video, but do you want me to make you a quick video of my thought process, or are you good?
Oh, you please go ahead, make a quick video of your
Okay.
thought process. That's
Because I need
fine.
you to understand what I'm thinking. And
Yeah.
I love the fact that you're smart enough because I said, let's see the definition of triangle.
Yes, it's
And
in
you
the
already were
basis.
with me because you see
That's
what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah. It has crippled from the engineering domain to the popular domain. It's
Yeah.
from years of people observing a lot of problems, and then when they tell them, "Oh, the triangle," say, "Okay, if I have a triangle, then I'm very stable," and that's how this language came about.
Mm-hmm. And then also, because we were talking, what made me think about it, so we were talking about the circle of life, and I was like, I don't think it's a circle.
Mm.
I don't
It's a
think
triangle.
it's a triangle. So it
Yeah.
wasn't a circle of life. So that's what even brought it to my remembrance there. Okay, so where are we at? We at the 27th. I'm still using a paper calendar. So what can be our standing appointment? Are you available on Wednesdays?
Yes, I think we thought about Wednesdays. Wednesdays seem to be the only open day I
Okay.
have
All right,
because
great.
Tuesdays
So
and Thursdays I'm busy. And Friday is an awkward day. We'll always use it in case we can accomplish our
yeah,
tasks.
I normally take Friday off. So
Oh, okay.
I normally don't do Monday and Friday because Monday I'm catching up from the weekend and Friday I take off just so I can
Yeah.
rest. So
Okay.
Wednesday, I don't want to do 11 o'clock because I have the standing appointment with on third Wednesdays. So what do you want to do? You want to do 9 or 10, 9 too early. So 10 or noon or 10 or 1, 10 or 1 on Wednesday. Because sometimes Bud goes over.
Uh, 10 is good.
10 is good.
Yeah, early is good so that I can also have the afternoon off and or do something. I because most of the time I schedule meetings with clients in the afternoon because they're either at work or they come back home early.
So
Uh,
tell me this, what calendar are you using? Have you put your calendar inside of
no,
this
I just put it when I get information, I just zoom it to somebody, and then it's from my Zoom that I know when I have a meeting with somebody.
Okay. So we need
I
to start using your, guess what I found?
What did you find?
I found us somebody that can build this database out. I was working on Friday. I think, didn't we talk Friday?
Yeah, yes, I guess we did.
Did we
Was it
talk
Friday?
or was it Wednesday? We talked one of them days. One of them days I was working. It was
Yeah.
Wednesday. I was in here working. And I found us somebody who can build out the database. He built mine. I tested him to do mine. So I found us somebody who can build out the database. I told him exactly what we need. The only thing, and I negotiated a good price, but what I got to do is give him the specifics. Now, do you know the specifics that you're going to need from every new client? When we start to running ads, and they start coming in, we want them to set an appointment, but we also want to ask them some pertinent questions. Do you know what questions you need to have before they make that appointment?
Yes. I mean, it's mostly to define what their equity, uh, their equities are.
Do you have an
I,
application process?
yeah, I can create one.
You can create one. Do you want to put it on a paper document? Do you want me to just, because I need to have,
I'll put it. In fact, we do that during our case design with Doug. It's a standard form
oh, it's a
where you
standard.
fill it out and you tell what you have here, what you have here, what you have here. All is about your financial. It's almost like the journey of self-discovery. We just tell you fill a form. I have this here. I have this here. I have this here. What is the best prescription? What is the best prescription do you have for me? You
So
understand?
I
Before we
understand,
come
but
and
hold
talk.
on. Let me ask you this before I set an appointment, because so there's a part of it that you need baseline. You need baseline information. But then when they come into your appointment, because you don't want to ask them a whole bunch of questions before they make the
Yeah.
appointment. You want to ask them just the necessary when they make the appointment. Then when they come in, you ask them more questions on the appointment. No?
Yeah. Normally, we don't really. To be honest with you, most of the time, only when we talk about the product or something that they feel it can be of interest to them, the first thing you just come in and then we'll start discussing based on your need, on what you're looking for. We don't really ask you to give us specific information besides your email, your telephone number, and when do you think you can come on board?
You
Does
need
that,
more, you need more than that. You need to qualify people because otherwise you're gonna get a whole bunch of people that might not even, because remember, we're using this for cold traffic.
yeah.
So we're using this for cold traffic. And let's say I see your video on Mr. Pfizer and I say, hey, I want to talk to you. There's
Mhm.
something you should need to know from me before I get on the phone with you and talk to you for an hour. You need to know,
Mm.
do I have an investment? Am I working on a job? Am I like you should know
Oh,
something.
okay. I got what you, okay.
You know what I'm
Okay. Then
saying?
I have to create one so that I can save. I can be able to filter out people.
Yeah, because I know what but they're doing something different. I know what Delaney and Leon asking. They're asking something different. I went through the same thing with them. Their stuff was they had a whole, I was like, that's too much.
Okay.
People don't know you, they don't trust you yet. They're interested in talking to you. So what's the bare minimum? The bare minimum you need to know to even say, hey, you might not be, because think about this. Somebody comes up and they say, I want to talk to you about my saving my money on taxes because I don't want to pay taxes, but I
Mhm.
only make $46,000 a year. I have zero in savings. I have no investments. Is that an ideal client?
No.
No. So you want to know something before you get on because they're going to make an appointment. So you want to know something before you get on the appointment so you can have a frame of reference to even start talking
Okay.
about,
Awesome. I
right?
will create
So,
that for
yeah,
you.
that's what he needs. He needs for us to come up with what are we asking, and then what other information do you necessarily need so that he
Okay.
can build the database out so that it's one and done. And like I said,
Do
when I talk,
we, on that questionnaire, whatever, do we have to ask them, what is your interest? Are you interested in intergenerational wealth? Are you interested in, do we put that as well or
yeah,
no?
you can ask that because that makes sense. If I'm not interested in anything, I just want to, let's say she said I made $40,000 a year and all I'm interested in is saving money on my SSI.
Mm,
That's that's not
okay.
an ideal client.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. So,
and then something I always ask the question, are you ready to start now? Is this something that you need now or later? I always
okay,
ask that.
that's true. Are you ready to start now? Okay.
Just gathering information, then I don't
Yes.
want an appointment with you. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you to my Facebook page and watch some of my videos. But if you're not interested in starting now, then I don't want to have prime real estate and just be talking to you to be talking to you. I'll send you to
That
my,
is true. In fact,
yeah,
we've lost a lot of people who only come, people whom we wouldn't have even talked to, but we went
exactly.
ahead and spoke for hours. In fact, in my group, they tell you, oh, you get one out of 10. So that's a lot of work.
Oh no, we don't do that. I live and die. I'm a salesperson. You're my third caller today. I live and die by one of these. Oh, I must need a battery. I turn this thing on. I got a kitchen timer. So I turn it on. You got 15 minutes. I set it for 20 minutes. I tell you 15. And when it goes off, I let it ring. You're gonna hear it. It's our time is up.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm. So, but that's because sales is important and my appointments are important. And so our initial appointment shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes so that you can do more. Your goal is going to be, and that's why I said we got to set this database up because when Shaky showed me what she had set up, it's brilliant. So when I talked to him, he said, you got to have all your steps in order so that I'll know how to build your dashboard. So the way that Shaky does hers is you ask some general questions. And
Mm-hmm.
then when the appointment comes along, she has more questions that she asks them as she's talking to them. Then at the end of that appointment, you set the next appointment. So that first 30-minute appointment, you're gauging whether this is a great client, if you can vibe with their energy, all that good stuff. But then
And
you
it follows
immediately
your 8 steps as well. It has to be aligned with our 8 steps,
has to be
right?
aligned. It has to be aligned. But you'll know in that first 30 minutes, and you don't go over the 30 minutes, and you set them a next appointment, their second appointment. And so we got the email. So once you set the first appointment, you get a set of emails. But once you set that second appointment, that's when you start sending them some of your branded material, right? Did you do a score sheet? Did you do a scorecard?
Not yet. I haven't
Not
done
yet.
it.
That'll be the second thing we work on. So because when they set that second appointment, we'll send them a scorecard. We send
Okay.
them emails. We remind them of the next appointment.
Can we
So
use Doc's scorecard, or that is we have to do ours?
you want to change it a little bit because you don't want to be out here with the
Okay.
exact same information. And
Okay.
his language is very, very it's very strict, it's very stern. We can
Yeah.
adjust it. I have a copy of his scorecard, so we can go over it and change it to, we don't need to change a lot of it. Just need to
Okay.
change a few things to make it yours, to make it align with the language of ours, our, our financial triangle, our
Yeah.
unlocking potential, our generational wealth, our family equity. We can change some of the language, keep the same thing, change the colors. Oh, have you thought about colors? What's the colors of your brand?
Good
You thought
question. I
no,
know the colors, but there's no red.
no, definitely no red.
Exactly.
I know what he said. If you want
I
to use,
want cool colors. Yeah, I don't want red.
no. I mean, I get the psychology of it. I don't think it's necessary. I think that it's the energy of what it says. So, what colors do you want to use?
I like blue. I like green.
Uh-huh. Blue, green, or what?
Um,
Blue
blue,
and green
green,
is
and pardon?
I'll come up with some ideas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come up with some ideas because all of that matters. We'll build your scorecard out. Um, and yeah, we'll
Gray, maybe we can put gray in it.
yeah, we can put some gray,
Yeah.
blue, green, gray. So I'm
Of
looking at your
course,
site.
green is gonna be the ultimate, what we want, what we should be, right?
You don't have to be. We'll look at some stuff
Okay.
because the colors that you have now on this site, I like this blue and I like this the blue and the gray, but they
Mhm.
do have a little bit of red.
Okay.
I mean, I like it. I think that let me show you what I'm looking at.
Share with me.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this.
Oh, okay.
I like it. I like this color blue. I like this blue and the gray together. But you see how
Yes.
they have just a little bit of that red and gold. I wouldn't use
Mm-hmm.
4 colors, but I like this hint of red.
Really a hint of red.
Just a
Red.
hint. And it's not red. It's like a lighter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's a lighter red. But I like the look of this. I think that this is a great brand palette.
Mm.
Even if we used a little bit, see, that's not like green, it's like an olive green.
Yes.
But I do like the this hint of red, just a little,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they use it here too.
Yeah.
And blue, of course, because it's a trust color.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can do that. So we'll come up with that. So we'll work on your next asset would be your scorecard. Once we finished up these 8 steps, we'll work on the
Yeah.
scorecard and your presentation. And then I think we're ready to launch. We can do the website and do all that. And then you'll be on
Ready to roll.
ready to roll. So yeah, so now we got to think about the dashboard is going to be key because that's where people are going to come into. They're going to come into scheduling an appointment with you, and we need to come up with our questions. So we can either work on that. You can start thinking about it, and we can work on that together on Wednesday. Because I do want you to start using your tool. You have nothing in there.
I
So
know.
we got to use your tool. The tool is powerful. And then we can start working on the framework of a free a white paper. Either you can have a white paper. I know you probably are you a great writer?
No, I'm not, but I do my best. I'm not
Okay,
very good.
that's okay. We can make it work.
I only write white papers when I'm a little bit technical, so that it's in my area of expertise. I've written, I participated in writing a white paper, which was sent to Albany for a $3 million project to fix one of the buildings in New York City. I was the one who was the technical person.
Amy,
So I was supposed to chip in.
well, we don't want you to be technical. So maybe I'll do what I do. I do with my other doctors. We do a Zoom and then I just transcribe it, send it to an
Okay.
editor. Now we got a little book that we can give away. Because that's a funnel. He talked about having a book funnel.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a big book. It can be a small book, but I think we have enough that if I interview you and you expound on it, we can make a book.
Okay.
Right. And
Right.
that'll be your download. You have a book funnel, you have your website, and you'll have your appointment calendar funnel. And then
Right.
how long did he tell you he's going to be before he sends you the videos that you did over in Utah?
Well, I don't know. He did talk about having an appointment in his calendar, maybe by the end of December or something. This is
Oh,
something that we may explore during the meeting tomorrow with Doug.
Okay. But
with Bud. Yes, maybe you can ask on my behalf.
yeah, I'll
I
ask.
think
I need to know it, period. Because that's going to be another funnel. So we'll have a
yes.
webinar funnel. And then
Mhm.
I'm going to have you create, I have a specific system that I use to do advertising in. And so we'll deploy that.
Yeah.
And I think we're in good business. I don't think you need a whole bunch of funnels. We just need we need your dashboard to be as robust as possible so that you can see all your leads coming in
Yeah.
and you can track them throughout the whole system. And we can actually start building out your email list. Do you already have an email list
Of people?
of clients? Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can create. Yeah, we have stuff. Yes, we do.
About how many you got?
Well, Alice was putting together a list. I think she had about more than, I think I just saw about four. Alice, do we have a list of emails? Huh? 48?
Oh, that's good.
48.
Upload them. Yeah, we can upload them and start putting them into the system. So I'm
Yeah.
excited about us getting this dashboard built out because that is key. Like Shaky's dashboard was on point. So we'll get that together.
Mm, yeah. By the way, Alice came back. She's not feeling well. So
Okay. Okay,
yeah. Yeah.
I'll be here a minute.
Yeah. That's a
All right.
little.
All right, Martin. Go take care of your wife. And thank you for today. This was amazing. Oh, let me stop
Thank
the
you so much. Thank you.